Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rina the Wolf and I'm back with another tipsy storytime video because a lot of things have happened in the past 1 or 2 months and I really feel like ranting about it. So here I am again with some wine, with some premium white wine. And it's freaking good. Okay, so what happened in the past few months is I did lose some people due to other toxic people. Toxic is not fun. A toxic person is like a drug, and I experienced it at first hand in at least the past 2 relationships I had. And I'm not gonna use real names. All names are purely fictional. They have nothing to do with the real people. So anyway, I do have an addiction to toxic people. Most of you know about my last girlfriend. Her nickname was Muffin, so we can stick to that. And I do not want to antagonize anyone at all. So my last 2 relationships were very toxic, and I just realized it after I got out of them. Now, when the lockdown started, I got together with someone, and it wasn't even that good. I mean, in the beginning, everything was fine. This girl, let's call her Zelda, was sweet and very humble. But after a while, she became very demanding. So of course she asked favors, like if we could buy this or that, and I was more than happy to buy her things just to keep her happy. And this was definitely the wrong move. The more time kept passing by, the more demanding she was becoming, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure. But I was starting to have doubts about this whole thing. And someone came into her life, an old friend, and the more they talked, the more repressed I was becoming. And after a while she was just like, listen, I just need to be alone. And I totally understand that. Sometimes people need to be alone. With my last strength, I gave her my old gaming PC, just hoping that she would come back after a while, realizing that, dude, you've done everything I wanted. You're everything I ever wanted. But that was not the case. This was during the time when I started streaming. Some of you may even remember my drunk streams, and that was like totally not cool. Anyway, her stuff was still there when we got together with Muffin. So on our first date, I was very nervous. It was back in February of 2021. And the whole time I was like, what the hell am I doing here? Why am I dating? I'm definitely not over my girlfriend. I'm not over Zelda, so what the hell am I doing here? And I just, went with it. And we got together. Muffin was a very nice person in the beginning. And we lived together like for 2 years at least. So when my lease ended in that place that I started to rent with Zelda, we were like, okay, let's just look for a new place. We don't want to stay here. There are too many memories holding me there, and none of us wanted that. So what happened was we moved out, we moved in together, and for a while everything was fine. We finally got to meet each other's parents, and everything was fine. But I realized after a while that she is never content with her life. And whenever she just came home, she was complaining about her work, about the customers, literally about everything. And she kept dragging me down. And then I realized the main catalyst for her was her mother. And her mother started out as a nice person, but the more time we spent together, the more I heard of her, the more time she spent with us. Whatever she did, she just kept complaining that nothing is good enough for her, that nothing is working, that everybody is just a freaking piece of shit. And I was getting tired of it, but I was like, okay, she's her mother, I'm not here to judge, I can deal with it, we can deal with it. But the more time kept passing by, Muffin also was becoming more demanding regarding anything. So if I wanted to spend some money on myself for my own well-being, she was freaking out about it. And I was like, please don't do this. I also deserve this. I work very hard for this. And after a while, we just could not agree. And this actually was the catalyst, and the distance between us was just growing and growing and growing, and it was not good anymore. I was not enjoying it at all. After a while, whenever I was with her, and mind you, we were living together for almost 2 years then, but we decided to rent a new apartment, this current apartment. She chose this, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's fine, it's nice, it's approachable, we can deal with this, it's gonna be fine. And then after a while, I was just realizing that maybe we are not going to make it. On New Year's Eve, we had a fight so bad because of our families that I almost ended myself, and she just did not understand why I was acting like that. But as everything else, it was just swept under the rug, and we kept going on for another few months. But I really wanted to break up with her on New Year's or after New Year's, and I just couldn't. I was addicted to it. I know she was not good for me, but I was addicted to her toxic behavior. So this spring, around or after my birthday, I can't really remember, I think it was in May or June, I'm honestly not sure. That time is definitely a blur for me. So I was visiting my family, and I took a day off. It was a Friday, and I was like, okay, so no worries, please take care, everything is going to be fine. I'm coming back on Sunday and we will talk, everything is going to be fine. And she was like, yeah, everything is going to be fine. Little did I know, she just packed her stuff and left. And we had a huge fight about it on social, so we didn't even call each other anymore. And then I just returned to an empty apartment. And it was one of the most soul-wrecking things I have ever experienced. Not because she left, it was because I didn't get a proper ending. And I just realized that it was the thing, that I didn't get a proper ending. Because after a while, when all the toxins left my body, I felt better than ever. And I was like, okay, you know what? It's time for the glow up. Now I will have my fuckboy phase again. But about a month ago, a little bit over a month ago, I met someone when I was visiting my parents again, ironically, because she lives far, far away. And we matched out of a joke. I mean, I know it was a joke on both sides, because it was like, YOLO, you seem nice. Maybe we can be friends, or who knows? And I already talked about this person. She's very special to me. And I already talked about her in a previous video and about that, how I feel appreciated for the first time in a very long time. And it's true. And things happened a little bit quickly, and this time frame is fuzzy because we keep on talking still. We keep on talking like almost day and night, and it's a great thing, right? So we developed feelings for each other, which is a great thing. But little did we know that we are so addicted to toxic still, both of us. I'm not gonna lie about this. I'm not thinking about my ex or exes ever. I mean, maybe on a level that, oh my God, how are they still alive without me? You know, because I think sometimes it's like just natural that thinking about our ex is like, oh my God, so they are going on without me. They are doing well without me. How the hell are they doing that when I gave them everything? And I think it's natural. So here's another story time, because in the meantime, I lost 2 of my bestest friends per se. So around the time when Muffin left me, one of my best friends of almost 10 years was getting married. And I was so depressed and so anxious, and my panic attacks were getting really bad. And in the end, I couldn't attend her wedding, which I know I suck and I take the blame for that. I did everything I could to get someone to go with me because it was in another city, it was far away, and I was so depressed back in the day. And ever since that, we just simply don't talk. And this girl actually meant a lot to me. With the help of this girl, I started to accept myself, I started to like myself, and then finally I started to love myself, which is for me a great thing and a great step in regarding of self-acceptance and self-love. So this was one of the biggest disappointments of this year. Thank you, 2023. I hope that you would be different, but hey, cheers to that. And now here comes a story about the new girl. You already, hopefully, watched my song about her. I don't know, I will link it somewhere, here, up here, somewhere. It will be here in the video. So what happened was, one night she dissed me. Like, she was like, I'm not feeling this, and maybe it's just me, but I'm really not feeling this, and maybe we should remain friends. And I was like, okay, but of course I was freaking out because I thought the connection was real with Wendy. I wrote a song about this whole situation, and guys, that is skyrocketed. Like almost 200 views now. Oh my god, I love you so much. Thank you. But anyway, so I wrote a song, and on the same week, I met an old, and when I mean old, it's a really old friend. We had been friends for about 20 years. So this girl, let's call her Ellie, got together with one of my course mates from university. And I was crushing on that girl, let's call her Alex. And I was crashing on her, and Ellie didn't know. And they got together. So that was the punchline of the story. And it has been for about 7 years now. So Ellie and Alex has been doing this on and off thing for 7 years now. And I kept telling Ellie that, hey, I love her, really, but she's being toxic. And she was not using her financially or anything, but emotionally. Every single time. And they have broken up at least 10 times, and I just kept telling her that, listen, she's toxic for you, and you just keep crawling back. And I was like, hey, I understand. You love this girl, but she's just simply not good enough for you. She's using you emotionally. It is not a good thing. You're just poisoning yourself. And every single time she was like, yeah, but she's good for me. She's a good person. And I saw her like going down in the spiral over and over again. So about half a year ago, they wanted to call it quits, like for real, for the last time. But in the end, they made up, and I was like, okay, listen, it's your life. You do whatever you want with it. I'm not here to judge. I'm your friend, and whatever happens, I'm with you. It was on a Thursday, so Ellie came over, and we started to talk about things, and we both cried, like really crying. And I was like, nobody is loving me. Wendy is like, why is she doing this with me? She's just dissed me, and I feel bad about it, and I know I shouldn't. And I know it's not a big deal, but I feel bad about it. And then Ellie was like, yeah, this was like the past 7 years for me, and why am I doing this myself? And then she joked about that, maybe we should get together. And the thing that you guys don't know, that she was my first official girl kiss, and we had some fun. We were not together. We seriously took it like we're just having fun, and we had some fun together. We never slept together. We were really close. and we kissed sometimes, but we were like, what? I was like 14, 15, and she was like, I don't know, 16-ish, 17-ish. So it was nothing like that. It was nothing serious. So I just wanted to calm her down, and I cupped her face, our foreheads met, and I was like, hey, just calm down. Everything is going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I know it's hard, but things are going to be okay. Whatever a friend would tell you in this situation, right? So Ellie acted by instinct and kissed me. I kissed back for a second or two. And then she just realized what was happening and she broke the kiss and she was like, oh my god, this is fucked up. Why are we doing this? And I was like, calm down, it's okay, nothing is going to happen. But then she was just freaking out and she fucking left. Like, nothing has happened. She was just freaking out. So the next day, it's Friday, she called me and she was like, okay, let's meet, we need to talk. I know that you're finishing earlier, so we need to talk. And I was like, okay, I'll be there, so let's talk. And a thing happened that I would have never believed that would happen. So we started yelling at each other, saying things that we didn't mean. I kept telling her that this is not a healthy thing that you keep on doing to yourself. And she was like, yeah, but I know that this is the good thing because I love her so much and she is the love of my life and you don't understand. So we kept yelling at each other. And then the thing that I would have never thought would happen just happened. She was like, you know what? Alex and me actually think that it's better if we cut you off. And I was like shocked and enraged like in a split second. And I told her, okay, Ellie, then just go. I really don't need this. I have been trying to help you for 7 years now. And if you can't see how toxic she is, it's on you and not on me anymore. She was enraged. And in the end, she tried to convince herself, Alex, and me that I wanted something more than a kiss. I didn't even want the kiss. And she was like, yeah, you definitely wanted to have sex with me as well because you were like disappointed and broken and stuff. And I was like, Ellie, it's only happening in your head. It has never happened. But listen, if this is not good enough for you, then just leave. And I don't want to see you again. So I lost her. And it was already like a huge thing because that night I still talked with Wendy and everything was like so cool, but she was a little bit upset about the kiss because I told her about the kiss, like, listen, it happened. I just want to be transparent. I just want you to know because it happened and I just wanted you to know. I just want to come clean that I didn't want anything, but it happened. And she was like, oh yeah, I understand, but I actually don't understand. I know I dissed you, but it just doesn't feel good that you did this. And I was like, okay, and I understand. I just wanted to be honest with you. I didn't want to keep it a secret because that wouldn't be nice towards you. And in the afternoon, she was like, yeah, maybe we should talk. I mean, it would make me feel good. And I was like, okay. But what I didn't tell her, during that whole afternoon, I was fighting with my thoughts that maybe I should let her go. Because, I don't know, sometime after midnight, I woke up and I felt like, something is not okay. And something was not okay. So what happened was, and she only told this like only minutes from midnight on Saturday, that the previous night she slept with her ex. And I was surprised. I knew something was not okay, but I was definitely not expecting this, knowing that her ex is also freaking toxic. So I was like, okay, listen, let's talk about this. We are not together. I'm not mad about this. I triggered you. I kissed Ellie. It's fair. And we talked about this. I was actually calm about this because I knew that nothing would happen. But for a week she was like, yeah, I'm cutting her off, I'm done with this, she's fucking toxic. And I was like, listen, I want to be a partner, I want to hold your hand if you let me during this healing journey. And she was like, oh, okay, that's so sweet. So after this conversation, we started to talk like before, because we just realized that we still need each other, and maybe we still have a chance with this, and we do have feelings for each other. And it's real. And a lot of shit has been going on in the past week or past 2 weeks now. I know how hard it is to break away from toxic. It's literally like a drug. It's literally an addiction. And I was hoping that we are making some steps forward on her healing journey. And yesterday she dropped a bomb that the day before she slept with her ex again. And I'm freaking out this time, because it's not about me. It's about her healing journey. And it's about that. I thought that she was making progress, and she's back onto this fucking spiral. And I know exactly how hard it is to break away from it. And I still want to believe that this is only like, so she needs someone to be there. But knowing that she's using Wendy is like fucking disgusting. This is only my personal opinion and experience that toxic people never change. They will always remain toxic, and nobody fucking needs them. And as soon as possible, we just need to break away from them. And if you're on the same journey, hey, cheers to that. Just break away from them. So this time I do feel bad, because I know exactly how hard it is to break away from toxic. And if you know something is toxic, you just keep fighting against it, but you just don't know how to do it. And you're just being sucked in again. And it's not a good thing. I don't know what I'm doing. Being toxic is not a choice, I know, but we can choose to break away from toxic. So I will drink another glass of fancy wine, because it's so fucking good. I can't believe it's so fucking good. Dear friends of people who are trying to stick to the toxic, don't let them. Try to be more blunt about it. Try to be exact, and try to be straightforward. Because you see that they just keep destroying themselves. You have no idea how many times my friends tried to warn me about Muffin. Way too many times. But they were like, maybe just don't do this. Are you sure that she's the right person for you? And I was like, yes. Don't do this. Be straightforward and let them know that this is definitely toxic. Just don't go beating around the bush, because it will not be enough. Show them how toxic their partner is. Please. And maybe you would lose them, but maybe you can be stubborn enough not to let them cut you off for being honest, because this is not the way. A toxic person is like a drug. We are addicted. We want to be there, and we are waiting for changes, but these changes will never happen. So what are we talking about? These changes never happen. I had been waiting for about 2 years for Muffin to change. I had been waiting for a year for Zelda to change. They are all the same, and we need to break away from them. So cheers to that we will break away from toxic people. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly did enjoy this wine. Oh my god, this is very, very good wine. So, guys, break away from the toxic. and know what you are really worth. No matter what they're trying to make you believe that you're not enough and that they should be in focus the whole time, it's not true. Breaking news, it's not true. You should be a little bit selfish. And in the meantime, you can still love them, sure, but you need to be a little bit selfish. Anyway, guys, I think I ranted enough. It is going to be a freaking long video. I already hate myself. And future Rina, I'm sorry that you need to edit all this. But guys, don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up if you like this. Thumbs down are also welcome, but please don't. And if you want to see more of this content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.